Okay, we have just been seated. They did seat us exactly when our reservation said they would do it, so that was 6 o'clock. And I have a lovely guest with me to help give me a very honest opinion, my sister. And she, like I said, is very honest with me, so I figured as a first culinary restaurant review. Now you're going to notice I am not in my clerics, and that's because this is a restaurant review, Culinary Confessions, behind the screen. Which basically means it'll be incognito. What I have right now is my sangria. It did come about 20 minutes later than when we got seated. It was a little bit longer service than I would have expected. They are busy, and thank God the guy did apologize for being a little late. But one thing that I just really can't stand is the little dirty dishes. So including my glass, which has some spots and stains on it, the bread came out nice, but the butter dish was definitely reused, so they didn't even kind of clean out the butter dish. And when you've got entrees that are like $35 a plate, I think someone can definitely clean this up. Now, it is a nice kind of like, how should I say, a nice atmosphere, very, very vibish, very Spain. We are in a basement of Uncle Pepe's place, but it is also kind of tight, and you can definitely hear other people's conversations, especially when the sangria flows. I came at a great time with the restaurant week, and so there's some great specials that they've got going. I'll take pictures of the food that I'm having, and I will definitely critique how the food tastes. So I just had my dinner at Tio Pepe's, which is right around the corner from the Basilica. What I find interesting about my choice of this restaurant is its proximity to the Basilica, and also the fact that the Basilica has an underground chapel called a crypt. Yes, you pray in a basement. So come over here, pray in this basement, walk around the corner, and eat in one. So at Tio Pepe's. My experience of it, you'll read all about it in my postings and in my review. But I can tell you I enjoyed myself well enough. It's a place where you go definitely to celebrate. It's not an inexpensive restaurant, but the people that are around us were so devoted that they really do feel like they were part of the Tio Pepe family, which basically means you're going to be a lot more forgiving of some of the flaws, whether it be the dirty dishes that I had, the service not being as friendly as they were if they really knew who you are, and even just some of the food preparations. It just makes me think that perhaps Tio Pepe, Uncle Pepe, could use the help of his nephew. The final thing that struck me as I was eating there, it made me think about church. You know, we're sometimes nice to the people that we really know, but what about the people who are just new to the restaurant? Like my sister and I, when we were there, they didn't know who we were, and we kind of felt that way when we left, feeling not necessarily part of the family. And so I guess it just shows two responsibilities: for the church itself to be extra welcoming to people who are new, and to make sure that the people coming into a place the first time don't necessarily judge everything so quickly, but give it some time. Really invest to become part of the family, and I guarantee you, even if the food was a little saturated with some flour and undercooked roux, and even though the food wasn't as hot as I would like it, you're still going to realize you've just shared a blessing in your family's home with a great meal. So, more to come with Culinary Confessions with Catholic Review.